Evaluate our final speaker this evening. We have Ruben Welch. So if Ruben would like to come out, big welcome to Ruben.
The pleasure of evaluating someone who's further up the Toastmasters scale than you are. Advanced Communication Series Storytelling, the new manual. I doubt many people here would have heard any from it, so it's a great one to see immediately. Project 1. You're special.
I know.
Yeah, Ailsa is of course special, so she's blasting through the manuals. The overall objective, what I'd like to do, the overall objectives, there were two. First, to tell a folk tale that's enjoyable and entertaining. I'm sure we'd all just generally agree that it was both enjoyable and entertaining. The second main objective was to use vivid imagery and voice. And having said those, I'll follow the guide, evaluator's guide to the specific points that I'd like to read up on, rather than the normal structure of evaluating I do. So, you started off, and it was an unusual story. So it grabbed our attention, which is the first point. How did the speaker attract our interest in the story? It was very unusual. I've not heard that before. Had anybody else heard that story before? So it wasn't the Billy Gates gruff, which I was kind of expecting. Yeah, no, it's not. I love the fact that you sat down. I think the only person I've ever seen sit down before is Neil, who did possibly a folk story before. I can't remember. So it's great. Very listen with mother. We were all like, oh great, Mum's going to tell us a story. So it was a fantastic way of getting us into the mood immediately for a story. And the other good thing it did, which is not meant as anything critical by any means, was it controlled your natural exuberance. It also says, as a note to the evaluator, the purpose is not to act out the story. So by sitting down, it really sort of restrained you. What techniques, rhythm, tempo, inflection, pause and volume, I think you used pretty much everything that was required by the manual. I think they were all used, perhaps there wasn't much rhythm as such, because that maybe in another type of story that might be more appropriate. But I was very happy. I wrote down a whole load of examples that you used for the vocal variety, which was the next point. Comment on it, there was things like just stuck, it's almost like your language is giving the idea of sticking the stickers on. There was lifting up high sticks, or lifting sticks up high, and the voice rose high. So there were many examples of what you were required to do. Which parts of the story were most exciting and which parts were slow, if any? I thought it was all exciting. There were very few slow parts. I was scribbling away. I didn't really spot any. I'll watch on the video again, but I didn't spot any particularly slow ones. Which parts shaped or distracted from the effectiveness of the story? I did think there were some slightly distracting bits. One was the voices, and it might just be me listening to it, but there were bits where I'm sure that characters' voices changed subtly enough to make it a bit confusing what was going on, and whether you were still at times the narrator or Eli or towards the end. Sometimes they were really strong, other times they weren't, so watch out for that. Sonic waves, because I was running out of space. And another distracting thing you did, you sat down, you controlled your enthusiasm, and then suddenly you stood up, and I was like, oh my god, she's got so into it, she's going to rush over and interact. Mum, sit down! So that was a little bit distracting, and that was perhaps pushing it too much into the acting side of it, though it was very good. There was a great facial expression, especially Sam did that really well, and the bit that the guy sticking his neck out, I'm sure we could all visualise. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was really aggressive, and that was really brilliant. Were we able to visualise the story in our mind? I could certainly visualise it. I'm sure you'll visualise it equally well. I love the idea of particularly of them rushing around town sticking the stickers on. I thought it was the most effective for me. I thought it had a nice subtle ending to it, because everyone was, it didn't need a huge conclusion. It was, and the sticker fell off. And I thought, oh, that's it. That's really nice. So it was a really good ending. So for me to end, should have done a minute ago, I did think you are indeed special.
Thank you.